at getting a portrait done, found on Facebook Market. The artist was very serious about her work. This portrait was $40. My boss turned herself into a potato on our Microsoft Teams meeting and can't figure out how to turn the setting off, so she was just stuck like this the entire meeting. If you were revamping the human body and were to give boobs an actual useful function instead of just Shrek's appeal, what would you have them do? It's 9 AM here, and I'm starting the day knowing I can hardly hear something dumber than this today. I don't know, maybe something crazy, like feeding our babies? Breaking. An 82-year-old woman told police that her caretaker was going to murder her. The officers showed up and complimented the caretaker on the firearms he had inside the home and left, even though she begged them to stay. The caretaker then killed the woman 4 hours later. Hey, buddy. Real brave of you to insult our military. Real brave of your military to invade my country and give our unborn population a long history of birth defects and collateral damage that harmed our economy and quality of life for decades. Source. Oh, that. I'm making yellow cake uranium. This is my yellow cake project. Chemistry has been a hobby of mine for almost 5 years now. I live in an area where uranium mining once flourished. The industry has since left the area, leaving me to pick through tailings and recover some spicy rocks. I ground those rocks into a powder and have begun dissolving them in various acids. The tailings are pretty low grade, so I used quite a lot. Not sure how much product I'll get at the end, but it's a fun project nonetheless. Here is the mix about an hour, after adding maybe 200 milliliters of RFNA. Since I don't know the chemical makeup of the rock, this has involved a lot of eyeballing. Have fun, internet. The prognathism of the Sphinx doesn't match with current Egyptians. For me, the Sphinx is the highest significant proof that ancestors printed in stone for eternity. No matter how ancient Egypt became multiracial because of Eurasians' invasions, it was a black civilization at the beginning. It doesn't matter how Egypt became multiracial today, but we were there before. We created this civilization, and then the invaders put down their suitcases there. The chances of finding a man with the following characteristics: not married, any race, at least 6 feet tall, not obese, earning at least $100,000 per year, is under 1%. Ran the 5,000 in 10 minutes. Training is going good. The world record is 12 minutes. Someone screenshotted one of my tweets and found the company I work for and sent it to them. It eventually ended up on the director of operations desk. Too bad that's me, bitch. I chose to not fire myself. New guy failed a simple weld test, but he thought he bagged the job. Apple CEO confirms that tech giants are working on a driverless car. Apple Car. It's the year 2032. You're driving on the highway to work in your Apple Car when you hear the news that the new Apple Car 2 is coming out. Suddenly the speed of your car goes from 95 to 25 miles per hour. Chaos ensues. Men are downright cruel to people they don't find attractive. Women are not. No one gives a duck about what an ugly has to say. Not one NFL player ran into the WTC on 9/11. Remember that? Cops did. Both of these pictures are firefighters. Body found in North Carolina believed to be missing 13-year-old Hania Aguilar. Not surprised. She was looking for something judging by her slightly suggestive pictures. She found it. Broke up with my boyfriend who loved me so I could hook up with my coworker that I've had a huge crush on since forever, who just got out of 3.5-year relationship, all to get pumped and dumped. We ducked twice. Shrek's was amazing. He made reservations for us to get brunch at this super fancy Italian place, then cancelled on me. Didn't text me all week. Muted my Instagram stories. Then eventually stopped responding to me via text. I lost my shit last week and blocked him on everything. So he knows I'm a full-blown psycho. Can't wait for the office Christmas party. I know I only have myself and my mommy issues to blame. for this, but goddamn I cannot stop taking L's. Dogs must think we are amazing hunters when we come back home with a car full of groceries. It's not technically hunting though. Folks buy food there with money, and it doesn't require the effort like actual hunting would. Learn. The day my husband asks me to pay halves on rent is the day I pack my bags and go where you can't even afford half rent. A toddler burned his hand on the stove, so his parents took him to the ER, but after a long wait for a doctor who never showed up, they went home, and the burn healed on its own. Then the hospital sent them a bill for $1,012. A 10-year-old Mississippi boy who was arrested for public urination after he stepped behind his mom's car to urinate has received 3 months of probation and is required to write a 2-page paper on Kobe Bryant. Child receives probation, required to write 2-page paper on Kobe Bryant after urination. This is probably gonna be some top-notch training content. Bedbugs. Welcome to the bedbug lesson. At the conclusion of this lesson, you'll understand what they are, how they move, and where they hide. Can Italians, Spanish and French people understand each other? These are 3 different languages. What? American and English and Australian are different languages, so they still understand each other. Mom, why aren't you laughing? Me. Young Thug's lawyer tells the court that his stage name, Thug, means truly humble under God. My son's 3rd grade teacher taught my son that 1 divided by 0 is 0. I wrote her an email to tell her that it is not 0. She then doubled down and she said the principal. The principal responded saying the teacher is correct. What do I do now? To be honest, I'm mildly infuriated, but I'm wondering if I'm just overreacting. Should I just stop fighting this battle? This freshman was like, I can't find my class, and we looked at his schedule and he's at the wrong school. I'm so dead. I can't believe that bacteria would just intrude into my body without my permission. That makes me sick. It does make you sick. Literally. Wow, haha, you're right, I should have made this into a joke. The image they don't want you to see. A 1G cell tower during the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918. Dear anonymous passerby, don't worry, you're safe now. Your act of casual cruelty was successful. The complaint you lodged with the HOA was heard. They had me take down the small tree fort that I built on this location with my sons during the pandemic. No longer will its presence offend your walk past my house. Please enjoy your stroll from the sound of my children's play and laughter. They are safely backside now, watching television, I'm sure. Enjoy the unobstructed view of my backyard. I will try to keep it up to code. Best, Dave. How to defeat the chemtrails on a hot sunny day. Get a tea towel, soak and cheap clear vinegar, then hang it on the washing line. I'm on my 3rd go today. The sky was completely covered in that milky white crap, so I did my tea towel thing twice and an hour later they were gone. Dunno if they noticed the huge hole I made in their chemtrailing, but they came back. So one more go to dissipate these few in half an hour. Something about the vinegar neutralizes or alkalizes them. I've cleared a massive hole of just clear blue sky right above me for most of the afternoon now. If we all do it, the amount of money they are wasting on these chemtrails, and we can zap them all out with tea towels soaked in clear vinegar. Globe believers all be like, yeah, and if the moon chasing us, and we are chasing the sun, how does the moon pass between us and the sun perfectly during an eclipse? The sun would always be in front of us, and the moon would always be behind us. What a flawed model. What kind of Scooby-Doo shit is this? Pizza shop workers took down an armed robber, but when police took off his mask, they discovered he was their old boss. I'm buying a house, and my mortgage rate was going to be 8.1%. My mortgage broker just called me. Good news, he said. Your rate just dropped. We can now offer you a 6.5% rate. I thought for a moment. No, I replied. He was puzzled. What do you mean? He asked. Give me a 9% rate instead. It will motivate me to grind harder and make more money. I don't want to get too comfortable. This is how you build wealth. Rich people have small TVs and big libraries. Poor people have small libraries and big TVs. Rich people literally have in-home theaters. Please stop lying. Rise and grind guy acting like farming is some kind of life hack to make infinite money. You don't understand scale. Use $50 to buy 10 tomato plants. In 6 months you have 250 tomatoes. Plant those into 250 plants. 6 months you have 6,250 plants. Plant them. 6 months you have 156,000 tomatoes. Plant them. 6 months you have 3.9 million tomatoes. Sell them for $1 each. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson recently told people that he decided to watch Moana 2016 with his 4-year-old daughter Jasmine and was extremely excited to reveal to her that he voiced Maui. I said, "You know, that's Dada's voice, and I'm going to show you." Maui starts singing and I then start singing. And within 10 seconds she's trying to put a pillow over my mouth and says, "You're ruining the song." Once upon a time, in the 50s, a family could own a home, a car and send the kids to college, all on one income. What I owe the hospital that I went to because I was suicidal. This is just to stay in a room for 2 days. It's expensive being mentally unwell. People wonder why we don't seek help. $2,983.50. Why the duck is there a birthday candle for 0? Nobody turns 0 years old lol. Looking to purchase a kitten under $10. Must be in mint condition. I have a black baby. Looking for a kitten but thanks. Lol, it is a kitten. Michigan owners take down Norwegian flag after it's mistaken for Confederate flag. If you are having a bad day, remember that we unloaded 6,000 bricks in the wrong address. If you use facial recognition for anything, the government has your face lol. Wait until you find out about driver licenses. No wonder you dropped off my stuff and ran. You shorted me. I was supposed to get a dozen cookies and it's only 12 in the box. Are you bringing the rest later, or are you giving my money back? Thanks for messaging us. A representative will be with you shortly. For fastest response time, email or text. Hey, a dozen is 12. I made a few extra. If you'd like to order more, won't be able to deliver them, but I can arrange for a pickup after 4 PM today if you'd like. How you bake but can't count. A dozen is 20. A half dozen is 12. And you want me to pay again for some cookies I already paid for. You have extra because you didn't give me a dozen. Bring the rest of my cookies or send me back my money. This exactly why I don't buy shit from people in groups. Woman accused of decapitating her lover attacks her own lawyer in court. If your social security number was the amount of money you had, how rich would you be? Hold up. My wife hooked me up tonight. If you smoke marinara, feel free to unfriend me. I only smoke mozzarella. Tripping my balls on some ranch right now. Just read something about replacing "I'm sorry" with "thank you." So, instead of saying "sorry I was late," say "thank you for waiting for me." Replacing negativity with positivity and gratitude and breaks the "I'm sorry" cycle. Powerful. Thank you for letting me sleep with your sister. Worried your kid might have appendicitis? Try the jump test. Can a bad alternator cause the Catholic converter to go bad? I will literally pay for your vasectomy. For my love, cherished husband, dad, and adulterer. Yes, John, I knew. That's what they found. That's what evolutionists made. The skeleton has no eyes and no feet. Then why does Lucy have white eyes and human feet? Because it fits their narrative. Men, do yourself a favor. If you own an Android phone, wait at least 3 dates before using it in front of her. I can't even count on my both hands how many stories I've heard from women that curved the perfect man just because he had an Android phone. Listen, bear spray does not work like bug spray. We would like to not have to say that again. What's a real currency? The US dollar, the most valuable currency on earth. $50,000 would basically make you a millionaire in London or Paris, where they use pounds and euros, and both of which are worth more than dollars. A pound is a use of measurement, bro. We are talking about currency. Dude steals total of $275,000 from parents to pay for sessions with cam girl. Ends up murdering his entire family. Why is it wrong to be a peeping Tom? Isn't it somewhat flattering to women? Let me guess, you're also a self-proclaimed nice guy. You only say that because you went through my ducking profile, you creep. 4th grade science quiz. Dinosaurs. Genesis and the Gospel. The Earth is billion of years old. False. Dinosaurs lived million of years ago. False. On what day did God make dinosaurs? 6th. Dinosaurs lived with people. True. What did people eat in the beginning? Plants. Which one fits the behemoth described in Job 40? If an animal has sharp teeth, it must mean it is a meat eater. False. Europeans are poor and don't have unlimited texting like most US plans. They use WhatsApp instead of SMS. Imagine coming home with your report card and her parents do a react video, reacting to Oliver's report card. Millennial dads have pathetic DIY skills compared to baby boomers. Baby boomers have pathetic blacksmithing skills compared to 9th century Saxons. The average human can hold their breath for 30 to 90 seconds. The cameraman who filmed Finding Nemo. Message from a landlord. Don't cook meals in the kitchen. Please do not cook a big meal in the kitchen, because a steam alarm went on many times. Kitchen just to eat and warm the food. It does not have capacity to cook for everyone. Just try to use it on smart way. Basically this is a dining area, not for cooking real big meal, as you use it at your home. Thanks. Congrats to my cousin and her new car. $360 a month, 84 months. Some people. Why does she look underage? Do you know what niece means? No. Is it something illegal? What the duck, no. It's just a pic of me with my cousin's daughter. My parents have access to mine and my brother's bank accounts and accidentally took money out of my brother's savings instead of his to pay the mortgage, and now every time we tell him to do something he says you can't talk to me like that in my house. A friend forgot his laptop on the floor of my room. My grandmother thought it was a scale. Conclusion. She weighs $950. If you ever feel dumb, just know that when my friend was 14 she went to a psychiatrist because she had a voice in her head. It was her brain, like literally just her thoughts. She thought that she was the only person who had the ability to think for 14 years. This was considered an impressive physique in 2002. When I was like 12, I was signing a birthday card for my grandma and I wrote "You're a great grandma," and she lost her shit because she thought I was telling her that I was pregnant. Females serve zero purpose in the military other than sexual relief to the real soldiers. Criminal caught after cutting off 37 man buns in one day, claims he was doing the Lord's work. This is my dad when he married my mom. I asked him, "Why were you dressed like this to the wedding?" And he said, "Your mom invited me to the wedding, but she didn't tell me who." I caught my son playing his Xbox at 12 o'clock in the morning on a school night. As a result, I broke his console and now he won't talk to me. How can I tell him that it is his fault? This fossil cannot possibly be 280 million years old considering the fact that the Earth is only 4 to 6,000 years old. These fossils were created from the worldwide flood about 4,000 years ago. Fact.